and welcome to the Sara and Midori Show. We are hosts of the world's first live streaming relationship talk show. I am an online relationship builder teaching my clients how to build relationships using social media, and I believe the ROI in social media stands for relationships, openness, and interest. Midori is an international relationship coach, helping her clients build thriving relationships offline. Her teaching incorporates the modern techniques that help stomp out perceived limitations. Together, we merge online and offline relationship building into a dynamic talk show with incredible guest speakers who are pushing the limits in their businesses and building thriving relationships. Today's show, Midori, tell us about it.
We are going to have an amazing guest with us who is going to be telling us her story and how she wrote a book about her incredible story. You have to hear this because it's unbelievable. And not only that, not only did she make a bestseller, but that story is getting made into a movie right now. So she's going to be talking about that. And even more importantly, today is Cinco de Mayo. And we are making margaritas. So even more reason to be with us. And just so you all know, I am here in California. It is 10 a.m. and it's never too early for margarita, right?
5 o'clock, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. And if it's not 5 o'clock, it's really at least past noon, like on the East Coast. So it's okay to kind of drink, in the afternoon.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, let's get into that because we're going to be playing games. Everything's going to revolve around Cinco de Mayo today. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for us. And one thing is we had a competition this morning on decor.
Okay, I need to get out of. Okay,
so there's Sara's.
So and I just want to describe it. So the anchor says Fiesta. You can't tell because I'm too far away. But those napkins are written with the words Fiesta. There is an orange balloon, a baby piñata, and some bright, festive something. And I'm going to try to let Ginny in really quick because we just want to test it. We had some problems with Blab this morning, as all of you Blabbers know. There you are, pretty lady.
Hi.
Perfect. So Ginny, here's what we're going to do. I'm glad you're on. You got it all worked out. Perfect. We are going to, we're going to log you out for just a minute for about 10 minutes, and then we'll bring you back in. Sound good?
Perfect.
You don't have to do anything except call in whenever we're ready. All
right. And we'll announce it. We'll tell you. All right. We'll see you in a minute, Ginny. You might want to get your margarita ready, though. Okay. So, and here's my decor. So I'm just going to go back and show you really quick.
Okay.
I have my flags. Can you see my flags?
They're taking up a whole screen.
And my piñata. This is what a real piñata looks like, the size. I have my sombrero.
Okay.
And I have my whole margarita setup there.
That looks so good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start making the margaritas right now because
all right.
It's past 10 and so my body's like, what's going on? But I just want to say I started doing Periscope. So that's how I got into this whole live streaming thing. And I used to do a show which Ed knows well. It's called Happy Hour Friday because I'm a relationship coach. So this is how I would start it. Hi, everyone. I'm Midori Verity. I am a relationship and lifestyle coach. I'm the best-selling author to Secrets to a Kick-Ass Marriage. And I am the host of the Ultimate Relationship Show. And today is Happy Hour Friday, which we are celebrating on Cinco de Mayo. So it's actually Happy Hour Thursday, technically. And I am making margaritas, and I'm going to show you guys how to make these margaritas. But the reason why I host Happy Hour Friday is because I am a true believer that couples that come together at least once a week to celebrate the relationship and take the time to kind of just get together and talk about what's going on in their lives at work with whatever is going on in their world, and they connect again. Those are the couples that tend to have a stronger, happier, long-term relationship. So that's why I am so gung-ho on Happy Hour Friday. So that is that. So let's go ahead and start making margaritas. Okay, so you ready?
I'm ready.
I am going to make, I have a few different margaritas, but I'm going to start with my favorite, which is a Meyer lemon margarita.
Okay.
I love Meyer lemons. Do you have those in Ohio, Sarah?
Meyer is the grocery store?
No, it's a type of lemon. It smells like, here, smell it. It smells super good. Do you smell that? It smells so good. It's not just a regular lemon, totally different. It's actually a little sweeter. So I'm going to take one whole Meyer lemon, squeeze it into here.
Okay.
And actually, maybe I'll do half. Okay, so I'm going to do half a Meyer lemon and then half. This is one of those little mandarin oranges. You guys can see it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to squeeze it into my little compressor. We'll see.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's working. It's working. It's working. Okay, so I need to get a bigger. I need to get an orange.
You're doing good.
Huh?
You're doing so good.
And then I'm going to take just a little squeeze of lime. A little agave. So I learned about agave. Do you like this? I didn't know much about it, but I like it. They say that it's healthier because I guess it's low glycemic.
Mm-hmm.
But it is super crazy sweet, and I don't like it super sweet. So I'm going to do like, what do you think? 1 teaspoon? Okay.
That looks like a teaspoon to me.
Now we have this. Okay, so this tequila I love, but you only can get it in Mexico, I think. So Carmen, who works with me, she's my savior. She went to Mexico and she brought this home for me.
Aww.
Okay, so since it is only 10 a.m., I'm only going to do, can you guys see this? 1 shot of tequila for myself.
Okay.
But normally I probably do 1.5 for one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then, where's my topper? Okay, shake it up. How fun is this? I already had ice in here, by the way. Okay. And then, oh, okay. I didn't want the ice to come out, but I don't have my strainer today.
That's okay.
Darn it. Okay, then I'm going to top it off with just a little club soda.
Oh.
And I just happen to have, I love champagne, and I happen to have some in my fridge that was already open. So I'm topping it off with that.
Is this really a margarita now? You've added all of them.
Sarah, it has tequila.
So that's all a margarita is a drink with tequila.
Yeah.
Am I echoing on your side?
No, I don't hear you echoing.
Okay,
so.
Okay, I'm going to make mine. Are you ready?
Yeah, that's so good.
Is it really?
Yeah, super good.
Okay, I have my glass. I'm going to add ice from my ice cube tray here. I'm going to add a couple cubes of ice. All right. And then there's this really wonderful company that makes some Jose Cuervo, and it's bottled for you already, and you literally pour over ice.
Wow, I like it.
So I'm just gonna open it here like this, and then I'm just gonna, I'll show you, but I'm just gonna slowly.
You're having a skinny margarita.
Yeah.
I love it. You know who owns Jose Cuervo?
You?
Well, I did own it, and then I sold it to, what's his name? Paul Mitchell.
Oh, Paul Mitchell owns it?
Paul Mitchell owns Jose Cuervo.
Okay.
All right, so, wait. I got to show you the Mexican cheers.
Add a little strawberry on top.
Okay, you're supposed to cut it first, just a little bit, but there you go. That works. So festive. Okay, ready? Watch. This is what you do.
Okay.
Arriba means go on top. Shoot. Abajo means on the bottom.
Abajo.
It's all over my abajo on my floor. Okay. Acentro is the center.
Acentro.
And then por dentro means down the hatch. Is it good?
Yeah, mine's good.
Awesome. Okay. And then we have some games to play. Are we playing games?
Rolling on the floor, laughing. What does it mean?
What's LIU? We have Ed Troxel, who is Mr. Acronym guy. Looking it up. LIU, just FYI, is licking it up. So that's funny. That is funny. You totally made that up. I wouldn't have guessed that. He totally made that up on the fly. Okay, so let's get into our games. Are you ready, Sarah? Do you have your questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal with this game.
Okay.
Whenever it's all about Mexico. And so whenever you get the question wrong, you have to drink. So if you at home are playing along with us, make sure you have your margarita. And every time you get the answer wrong, you have to drink. Ed, do you have your drink? Mark? So you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to start with the first question?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
Find my questions. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the first question is, name a city or a town, a Mexican city or town that borders California.
Oh my gosh, I can name this because you were telling me about it yesterday.
I know.
And it starts with like an R or an L. Or a J. R.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Starts with a T.
Tijuana.
Yes. Okay, you have to do a half a drink. That was hideous.
A T, an L, or every letter.
You have the right letter. And then one, give it away.
Okay.
Do you have a question for me?
I do. You gotta give me a second.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm making a cocktail for Carmen.
Okay. Name a food that originally came from Mexico.
Taco.
Okay, I was thinking like corn, but I shouldn't have said like tacos are a meal.
You're talking about a grain? What's a grain that originally came from Mexico?
Or like
right now, like on Google.
Chocolate was discovered in Mexico. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I didn't even know what mole was until I went there. But I have to say, mole is really good.
What is mole?
It has chocolate. It's made with chocolate and spices. It's super good.
Okay, you have to drink half of a drink because you guessed a meal and not a food.
You're such a cheater. Cheater. All right.
Okay.
All right. You ready? Next question.
Yes.
Is Cinco de Mayo a traditional holiday in Mexico?
No.
How do you know that?
Wait, how many questions are you going to ask me?
I only have 3. You have one more.
You're asking follow-up questions.
I'm not asking follow-up.
How do you know that?
Because I said that to you. So Juan is saying that yes, it is a traditional holiday. From what I heard from others is that it's not actually a holiday that is a cultural thing. They may celebrate it in general, but that's what I heard.
Okay. Do you know why we celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Because it is Independence Day.
No, that's a myth. You have to drink too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What is it?
No, we celebrate their Independence Day in September, I think, or October. I think September 15th or something.
Wait a minute. I went to San Antonio, Texas, and I went to the Alamo. So I think that has something to do with it.
Here's the thing. It is not Independence Day. It's a myth, and a lot of people think that. But, oh, look, Juan is playing with this. He's got carnitas here. And it's actually a celebration of when France invaded Mexico, and the Mexicans defeated the French when they were trying to take over their country. And they were outnumbered. France had twice as many men to fight, and Mexico still won with the help of America. So America actually helped Mexico keep their land.
I don't know that I'm aware of that. That's very cool.
It's very cool because we are kind of tied to it. So when people are like, why are you celebrating this? Well, we actually had a part in it.
Okay, so here's my last question to you. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
What is my favorite city in Mexico?
Cabo
San Lucas. I do love Cabo San Lucas, but it's not my favorite city. Mexico City is my favorite.
The capital?
The capital. It's amazing. It's massive, first of all. It's like when you're driving through it, you feel as though you've gone through 5 states. It's huge, but love it. Cancun's not my favorite. Juan's saying Cancun. It's not my favorite.
Because you got wrong.
What?
You got my last question wrong. You need to.
I did drink. I did.
I didn't see you.
All right.
Okay, here's my last question.
Okay.
Why is Mexico known as the Ring of Fire?
Are you making this up?
No.
Carmen, do you know about Mexico being the Ring of Fire? Have you ever heard of this? No. Okay, we think that you're making it up.
I am not making it up. Mexico is located in the Ring of Fire. It's the most violent earthquake and volcano zone. It contains more than 450 volcanoes and has approximately 75% of the world's active volcanoes.
Where are you getting your information?
This is from
Wikipedia.
Here, I'll put it right here. I'm going to put the link. But also, did you know Mexico City is slowly sinking?
Yes, it's on water. It's built all on water. Very cool.
Okay. That's where I just saw all these facts. That is like really cool stuff, by the way.
All right, I will go back and I will study it and decide if I agree or not. Okay, very cool. All right, Miss Jenny, are you ready to come on? Now that Sarah and I are tipsy, and so I'm very excited about our guest today. And she just got on today and she already has 13 followers. Hello, Jenny. How are you?
Hi, girls.
Hello. Okay, so let me just, there you go. I love that you're participating. You have some champagne?
This is actually apple juice. I'm celebrating a sober Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, well, that's probably a smart idea, especially at 10 a.m. Love it. Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit about Jenny, because I'm so honored that you came on our show today. But she was born in upstate New York, and she was on her own at the age of 15 and only went through the 9th grade. However, by the age of 23 years old, she already owned her own home. Not many of us can say that. And she's an inventor. She's the writer of 2 books, and she is in the process of having a movie made about the book that she wrote. And you have 2 books, but the one that's about you is called What is Normal? Did I get that right? What is Normal? She's also an entrepreneur with many patents and trademarks. She's had her products on QVC, and we're going to get to that because that's huge. And you did that before QVC was even something. I mean, that was a long time ago you got on, so that's amazing. And she's been on NBC, CBS, Fox News. She's been all over the place. And the way that we heard about Ginny. She lives right up the road, and she drives this cute little electric car called the Zap Car. Some of you may know it, and I know you do, but Zap was a pretty breakthrough company because it was one of the first, if not the first, fully electric car. Am I right, Ginny?
Well, Chevy had a 100% electric car out in the past, but that was very political, and then they pulled them from the market. People got mad about that. But Zap was a 100% electric manufacturer made in the United States, so that was big.
Yeah, and Charles Schultz's wife was very active with Zap, who is also a Santa Rosa. Ginny and I both live in a town called Santa Rosa, Northern California, but that's also where Chuck Schultz and his wife from Charlie Brown live, right up the road. So the other part about her is with the electric car, she was very involved with this. She was co-author of the book, What is the Electric Car? So she knows all about it, along with many other celebrities such as Jay Leno and Larry Hagman and Fabio. All of them all wrote a chapter in the book. So welcome to the show, Ginny.
Well, thanks, girls. I know I look better when other people are drinking, so maybe I sound better too. So thanks for that.
You're so funny. Okay, so you've done so many things. You've been a writer, you've been an inventor, and you've been a filmmaker. What do you consider yourself?
A creator.
A creator. Okay, so expand on that.
Yeah, I think that that's the beautiful thing, is that if you can think it and then focus on what it is that you want and bring it into the physical world, then we're all creators. Yeah. And actually, we are all creators.
Very true. Very true.
So I don't consider myself a writer or an inventor or any specific thing.
Right.
Yeah, I think creator fits smart.
Yes, it does. Hi, Ginny. I wanted to say hi real quick. I didn't get a chance.
Hi, Sara.
Okay, so this is like really exciting having you on our show, first of all. So thank you again for being here. But, Midori just said something, but apparently you were able to buy your very first home at 23 and only finished through the 9th grade. How did this success come to you so early in life? And, how did you not let something like that hold you back?
I was born with a very strong determination. And when I was in 2nd grade, I remember the teacher saying, Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. And then she said, and he never, ever worked around cotton. And the cotton gin was huge because it changed the way that we do things. It was one of the first machines that took the labor that the slaves were picking the cotton and husking it. This machine was one of the first times that there was something that would make their jobs easier and lessen the need for as many people to be working in the cotton fields. But in my mind, I'm thinking, he invented something that changes the world without ever working in this field. And I thought, I want one of those. And at that moment, I realized that wherever this was coming from, it was out here somewhere, and I wanted one of those. And I believed that. And so even though I only finished the 9th grade, I always had this feeling that something magical was around me, and that if I believed in it, I could bring it into my experience here.
Yeah, and you have. It's amazing that just that little story made such a difference for you.
Yeah, I mean, so we all learned about that. That's like in every curriculum.
Yes.
Every student learns about the cotton gin.
Okay, so all of us in business, you've created products, you've had them go on QVC, you've written a book, you've written 2 books, you have one that's being made into a movie. Do you ever feel like you get stuck, like where you just don't know, just where there's so much going on and you just have a challenge getting to the better side? Have you ever had that challenge where you feel like or frozen?
That's a really good question. When I get stuck, girls, it's when I am in my own way. Like I'm trying to make things happen, and I'm making phone calls, and I'm in there trying to really make things happen. And sometimes I get in the way of just allowing what's already here for me. See, this is what I believe. I believe that we're an eternal soul. We come into the physical world. We have a mission that we signed on for here. We're born with gifts and talents, and then everything's here that we need. But sometimes my human side or my ego gets involved, and I'm like making phone calls, and I'm like push, 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 push. And then I stop the flow from coming through, and I need to just slow down sometimes. For me, it's in meditation that I feel like I'm a magnet, and that I'm drawing to me the right people, the right opportunities, but I have to sit still and listen. So when you ask if I get stuck, I know what to do when I get stuck, and that is to be quiet and go someplace alone, whether it's in the nature and the beautiful up hills or Shiloh, or just go someplace and be quiet. And that's magic for me.
I love that you're talking about that, because that's been kind of a theme, hasn't it, Sarah, in our shows, is talking about meditation. I'm new to the whole meditation world, but I love what you just said, because so many of us, at least for me, and I have a feeling others who are listening, we work so hard, and we're constantly trying to do everything and trying to make everything happen. And sometimes, just like you said, you're trying to do too much, and you're crossing yourself. You're kind of, you just totally trip yourself up. So I started meditating. It's been about 2 weeks, not continuously, but probably about 10 days total. And it's amazing. It's amazing with that clarity and just letting your brain just kind of chill out for a second, how that does help things kind of come together better.
Well, and when you're like running businesses and feel like you're, running the world and riding on a bull, if you're not moving forward constantly and doing something to move forward the business, you feel like you're not getting somewhere. But then the real wisdom in moving along the business comes in realizing that you have to stop and take in what's going on and let it settle, and then gain clarity. And those are the moments where you actually make bigger steps forward than when you're pushing forward. The big steps come when you stop.
I agree. And, whatever people believe in, whether you're talking to God, creator, spirit of the universe, your highest self, whatever people want to call it. You can call water H2O, agua. It's still wet. It's still water. I can ask for things. I can ask for guidance. But in meditation is when you listen and you get answers. And also, I feel re-energized. It's almost like an electric car. I need to go plug in and be re-energized.
Yes. Okay, so I want to ask you a little bit more on that, because again, I'm super interested in this whole meditation thing, and I'm absolutely a newbie and I don't have it down yet. So when you're, the one that I've been watching or listening to is where they just say, get your brain all clear, let everything go, don't think about anything. But how do you get that clarity? I mean, how do you know?
That's the hardest part. But one thing I want to tell you guys, it's like riding a bike. You can try it. And once you get up, then that's the hardest part's over. Or water skiing, every time you're getting pulled and you're trying to get up, once you get up, then pretty much every time you go, you're going to get up. Same thing with meditation. Once you get past that place where you're trying to quiet, and what you're doing is you're quieting the senses that we need in the physical world. You're turning off your vision, you're turning off your hearing, all the things that we need in the physical world so that we can be bodiless, formless, so that we let go and we're dealing with the spiritual world, which is where all the answers are. We're all everything that we need to be successful on the mission that we signed on for before we came into the physical world. All those answers are there, but you have to get rid of all the senses that we use every day in this environment here. This is a magical thing when you're manifesting your thoughts, which an invention is. It was a thought in my mind, but that thought came from out here, just like music, just like art, just like anything. It's all available to all of us. And the important part of the particular invention that came to me, and I feel like same with Eli Whitney, is it really isn't about the invention. It was about bringing me to people and opportunities and places that help me evolve spiritually for my journey here. So it's not about the black light sunless tanning, but it put me in a situation where I had to trust more. I had to understand that I need other people. So it opened me up to connecting with other people. These were things that I needed to work on spiritually.
Yeah.
Part of what I believe, why I'm here at this particular time in space, planet Earth, is to work on relationships. That's the meaning of this life. So it's not really about the invention. It's not so much about the book. It's not about the movie, but it's about me evolving in relationships spiritually. And that's why everything that I need to support that is already here. But sometimes I have to turn off the world in order to get realigned with that magic, with that force, with that energy. And then everything comes to me. It's like a magnet. But when you talk about meditation, once you get past that, and you have to be patient, just like riding a bike or getting up on that ski, you will then be able to go and in a matter of a couple minutes get to that place. You're not going to have to go through trying to make yourself sit for 15 minutes and turn off. Oh, I got to pick up the kids. I got to go get this. I got to do this. I got to do that. All this stuff that's going on. Once you get past that, you will be amazed. You will rely on this.
Can't wait. Can't wait. So, Dylan, Sarah, you want to ask Dylan? Dylan Foster had a question, which I think is.
Yes, I do. And I was going to ask before we got to that, when you first started your career, did it start with this sunless banner that you created and then it turned into a book, which kind of turned into a movie? Is that the process of how you kind of got started in, or kind of the world of Ginny?
Well, actually, and I talk about it in my book, when I was so I was raised way out in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York. Like if you look on Google Map, you'll see an arrow and trees. That's it. Nothing, not a building, not anything. And my parents were teenage high school dropouts. We lived in a trailer that was later turned into a chicken coop. And at 15, I moved out on my own. But while I was living there, I was selling greeting cards door to door. I made cinnamon toothpicks in school and sold those because that's what everybody was chewing cinnamon toothpicks. But I had more spending money than my parents did. And at 15, I moved out. My mom and dad had went their own ways. And my mother wasn't allowed to wear makeup. She never drove a car. My father was very controlling. We were raised backwoods Baptist. And so anyway, at 15, when I moved out, I got in the automobile business at 19. So there was some time in between where I was doing some other things, and I talk about it in my book. But at 19, I got in the car business. I sold the car my first day. I sold the car every day for a month. I made top salesperson 6 years in a row. the first plaque that they gave me for sales, for selling the most cars in a month, said salesman of the month on it. It was predominantly a male world. It was 1979. So, and I started clinics for women on how to buy cars, so my success or the life of Ginny has evolved along the way, but I believe now, looking back with hindsight, is that for me to be an example of what I believe is what I see around me, this is the kind of life where I had to come from, because other people look at my life and they go, how did you only, and that's why I'm not ashamed to say I only finished the 9th grade. Would I have stayed in school? Absolutely. I had loved school. And then while I was in school, I was good at school, but it wasn't an option for me. When my mother and father went their own way, I was in 9 different schools in one school year. And actually the people in the school decided that it was better for me in my situation to get out, get a job, and move on. Right. But selling top sales, selling cars. And then I remember being on the car lot thinking to myself that I would like to have my own product that I am selling. And as I said in 2nd grade, the thing with Eli Whitney, I said, I'll take one of those.
So you're a hustler.
I am. My ego's a hustler. My ego's definitely a hustler.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. But I was reading an autobiography. It was Smokey Robinson, and he was at a baseball game with his father. And his father said, wow, what our team needs is a hit. But what Smokey Robinson heard was that he needed a hit. And right then and there, from where I'm talking about, out here, came to him the song Tapestry, which was a huge hit. But I heard that when I read his biography, because I've experienced that. And getting back to my life, and Sara, your question, I just feel like my whole life is an example of what it is now that I want to share with people, especially people that maybe they didn't get to finish school. Sometimes kids end up working to help support their families of no choice of their own. So maybe somebody got pregnant and couldn't finish high school, and they're thinking to themselves, my life is over. I can't do anything or be anybody. With my story, I want to get people unstuck. I want them to realize you're born at this particular time in space on purpose. You have gifts and talents that you came with, and the universe is lined up to help you succeed. You can start at any moment. I don't care if you're 60 years old or you're 30 and you have 5 children.
Right.
So I'm sorry, there's an echo. Is it on my?
I think it's you. I thought it was me.
Sorry, I'll refresh.
So Ginny, tell us about Dylan. Dylan, I think he must know you. Dylan Foster wants to know about the Win movie and how you have stayed grounded, because I'm sure it's been quite a journey to get to where you are right now.
So she wants to know about the movie.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, this is Diane Foster, Woman of the Year for all of California. And she was the co-founder of the Arts and Ethics Academy. She started this high school, the Arts and Ethics Academy. She's the founder of Roots for Youth, which back in the day when if somebody went to court here in Sonoma County and they were under 18 and they got in trouble, they would have to go through her court, which was a had a jury of your peers. They were other kids the same age that had gotten in trouble and served their consequences. But it had our normal judges from Sonoma County, like Judge Elliott. So anyway, Diane's asking about the movie. The book was written, and then I was in a documentary called What is the Electric Car, where I met the producer, director, Scott DuPont of What is the Electric Car. And later on, he realized that the novel I wrote, the main character ends up working for an electric car manufacturer and driving an electric car. So he saw the synergy and took over the publishing of my book with the intention of making it a movie. So what a lot of people think when you go, oh, she got a movie deal. Well, that's the actress and the actor. They get the movie deal. And now I really have a lot of understanding for the amount of work that it takes before the movie even is realized. In the material world or in the physical world is a lot of stuff going on up here. Again, it's an idea. Then there's the book, which is the product. Then you get your team together. You have a business plan. It's like starting a business. So for Diane, where we are is the screenplay is written. The business plan is done. We have our team, which is Scott DuPont's the producer. And then we've got Jose Casella, who's the director. We have the Distoli brothers, which are the editors. And Juan Carlos Castellanos is a big part of the team for the story and production. And we are now in the hands of potential investors. That's where we're sitting right now.
Exciting. A lot of work.
It is exciting.
So am I still echo?
Is it me or is it you?
I don't know.
No, I'm not hearing you echo. Is it me?
Am I good now?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, good. Okay. Just anyway.
So I think Ed wanted to ask a question too. Ed, are you coming on? Ed had a question for you, Ginny. He lives in Santa Rosa as well. And so he's very excited to meet you.
Hey, how's everyone?
Hi, Ed.
Hi, Ed.
So first off, Ginny, awesome. They're totally speaking my language. And basically, it's interesting real quick that I ended up coming on the show today because the last few weeks I've actually been missing it, given I've been working on things. So it's actually perfect timing and everything lines up like you were saying, that I got to catch this one, not only because I get to see Midori and Sara, but also because I get to meet you and hopefully we'll team up soon and meet up with Midori as well. Basically, what I wanted to know is how do you organize and keep track of everything? Because that's always a big one. I know for myself, for others who are working and doing their own business, and a lot of my clients will check in on that as well.
Well, that's interesting because I'm not super organized, but here's what I love about not being organized is I have to go back and look through things and I find something that I need, where if I was organized and I knew that this name is in this file and this is here, then I don't need to ever look through all the other names in that file because I just go there knowing that I'm going to find this name, or I go here knowing that this is here. When I go back through that file, I'll see people that I forgot about that might be important for what it is that I'm doing. So I have been successful with not being per se organized.
Definitely. And do you use any, because I'm the guy that makes technology stupid easy, so I'm always curious about apps and things. So do you use any apps or programs like a project management system at all, or are you just using traditional files and folders and things like that?
Just traditional files and folders, and yeah, That's
Nice.
that's it.
Before I go, I'll let you guys know there is, talking about the meditation part, there is an app that I downloaded. I took a look at it. I haven't actually used it yet, but it's called Breathe, which you can kind of see right there.
Nice.
And it's a meditation app and it's free, so you guys can check it out, called Breathe.
Okay.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay.
All right, Ed. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so guess what time it is now?
Holy smokes.
Is it game time?
It's game time.
It's,
you-
yeah, it's already 10:50.
Ginny, did Midori tell you about the games yet?
She didn't. I saw your first games.
So this is a non-drinking game.
These are
Non-drink-
fun. Yeah. We're not usually drinkers. We just have this, for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've started a new game, and it's called Charades, virtual charades, basically. And so we can do. You can pick. You can have your pick. We can do that one, or we can do a tale of not so normal. A tale of not so normal. And basically, we start with a really random sentence, and then interject pieces of the story in, and we all do a round robin, and we have to make up the story as we go around.
Okay, well, I'm good with either one.
Okay, well then I'm gonna challenge you to play charades. I didn't know if you could, because we're gonna have a wall of fame on our website, and so if you guess all of these, you'll go on our wall of fame.
All right, let's see.
Okay, I have to set a timer because it's gonna be for 1 minute.
All right.
All right, here we go. Now, if you get stuck, you just say pass.
Okay.
All right, and we'll go back to it and see if we can get it. All right, so I have to describe. Normally with charades, you put it up here and the other person can see it. But if I do that, I'll be able to see it. So I'm going to just describe it to you, and then you have to guess it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. And this, most of these might have something to do with Cinco de Mayo. I'm not sure, though.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, this is a word, a Spanish word for bathroom.
A Spanish room for a word for bathroom?
Do you know the Spanish word for restroom, bathroom? Do you
No.
know? No.
Baño. I'm going to help you. Baño.
Oh, Carlos.
Oh, baño.
Okay. All right, this is a word when you're driving through California and you come to Mexico, you have to cross the
The border.
border. Yes. Okay. This is a fruit you squeeze in a margarita.
Lime.
Okay. This is a liquor that goes in a margarita.
Tequila.
Yes. Okay, this is what we're drinking today, what we made.
Margaritas.
Yeah. Okay. This is a food that you boil in water and
Okay, well, she got, what, 4?
oh my god, that was really good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yep.
But
What's the record?
was the food that you boil in water in the end beans?
No, rice. It was rice.
Oh, rice. Okay.
Oh, beans was a good answer.
So you
Yeah,
got
I didn't-
4. You got 4. That's good.
Woo!
But listen, you're going to go on the Wall of Fame no matter what because we just started this game. You're the second person to play.
All right.
So
Hey.
you're going on the Wall of Fame. That's awesome. Okay, so do we have another game, Sarah, or are we?
Yeah, we can do it if you have a second. I'd rather get to some of the last questions that I'd like to ask everyone because we just have a few minutes left until we have to end the show. But I like to ask everybody some popcorn questions, and I was wondering if we could pick your brain about what book have you read or would recommend to our audience that has changed your life mentally or given you a completely different outlook?
Well, it's in my biography, and it is The Little Engine That Could. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I know I can, I know I can. That's that book has a lot of meaning for our lives. Pretty simple message. If you think you can, you're right. And if you think you can't, you're right.
That's right.
I tell
I
my
love that.
that is so good. Okay, so also we would like to know, are there any podcasts or video blogs that you listen to that help like keep you on a path, or meditations or anything like that?
Well, I love to listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer. I love Seth Speaks. I love all the audios for Seth Speaks books. I love Yogananda. So I just go to YouTube and listen to these audio books.
Wow.
The Four Agreements, Conversations with God. I listen to all of those books. But I think Seth Speaks is probably the most valuable, most informative for me right now, where I am on my spiritual journey. And in it, we talk about meditation and how important that is.
Is that Seth Godin?
Seth, S-E-A-T-H, Speaks. Seth Speaks. There's there was a woman named Jane in the 1970s who wrote these books. Wrote them in the physical world from something outside through meditation. She was given the message and wrote these books. So Seth Speaks.
All right, I'm going to look that up because that sounds incredibly interesting. So, Ginny, thank you so much for being here with us and taking the time and really working through to figure out how in the heck to get on Blab.
Yes.
You're not the only one who's had some challenges. Blab is still, it's a new platform, but I appreciate you being so diligent and sticking with it and sharing your time with us and sharing your story.
It was awesome.
So next week, I want to tell you guys, come on back because we have my friend, Mr. Dave Van Hoos on. And Dave Van Hoos, he is one of the guys from Speaking Empire. So if you have ever wanted to take your business or create a presentation that helps you make money, so either you get paid to speak on stages or you have something that you want to sell from stage, this guy is the king of that. He's worked with Tony Robbins' team. He has worked with Mike Koenigs. He currently is working with Kevin Harrington from the original Shark Tank. So he works with all these guys and he has been incredible. I've worked with him. So that's why now I can speak from stage. Would have never thought so, but now I can. And so anyway, he will be on our show on next Thursday. I'm going to put the link in right now. I think we lost Sara somehow, but that's okay. So I'm going to put it in here. But he's incredible. So I'm going to be asking him all kinds of tips and questions to find out how we become those. So you can have a business that's based on speaking, or you can just become a more persuasive or a better, comfortable speaker from stage. And yeah, so sign up for it. There is a link there. Thank you all for being with us. If you want to know more about Sara or I, you can follow us on Twitter. Sara is at Sara D. Moore, and I am at Midori Verity. That is where we are. And Sara's company is a full-service social media company, and you can see more about her at seamedia.net. I have a special gift for everyone who's watching. If you want to take your relationship and make it create more of a thriving relationship, you can go to midoriverity.com.gift. And there I have a 5-day challenge, which works on the mental part of your relationship and changing our mindset. And that's really where it starts to create permanent change. So I invite you to go do that. So anyway, I hope we will see you all next Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you all for being on the Sara Moore and Midori show.